Hello everyone and welcome back to another video and episode 10 of the mini pod. And if you've been watching the last few episodes, or listening rather, then you will realise that this is the last episode of season 1 of the mini pod, and I am very sad about it. If you've been on my different social medias, especially on YouTube, I have been expressing my sadness that this series is going to be over. And as you can maybe tell, I'm not joined by anyone today, and that's because I kind of just wanted to do this one myself, just to kind of explain some things about how this is going to be going and how this is going to be working, this being the podcast as well as other things on my channel. So yeah, that's kind of all I've got to talk about today. So if this one is a bit shorter, then please excuse that, but that is just how it's gonna be today, I'm afraid. So if you were expecting some huge big blowout finale, then oh well. You're not gonna get that this time. But I do have a couple of stories to tell you today. So I am just going to kind of get on into it and explain what is going to be going on with the podcast, how it's going to be working, etc. And then get some stories going. And then that will kind of be it, I think, unless I have anything else to talk about. So, yeah. So I have explained this in other episodes of the podcast previously, just briefly, and I think in the last one I did kind of speak about it in a bit more depth, but this is going to be the final confirmation of how this is going to be working. I have thought this since the start that this was how it was going to be. It wasn't going to be a continuous weekly thing ever. I knew that wasn't going to be the case. But just to kind of let you all know, if you haven't seen the other ones, or if you haven't seen any of the more, the later ones in the series, or the most recent ones, this is always going to be a 10, kind of 11-ish, depending on the whole thing, series. Yeah, this was always just going to be a 10-part series every series, and then there would be a couple of weeks off, and then we would just come back to the podcast like nothing had ever happened and just kind of continued in a way. But obviously it is different seasons, but the parts will all be labelled correctly. So the next one will be the Christmas special, and then the one after that will be season 2 episode 1, but it will be episode 11. So it's kind of confusing, but it's only kind of for me and my sanity. You guys will totally not know a difference if there is a season change or not. The only indication really is that I will be like, hey, it's season 3, yay! And I will also be like, yeah, it's season 3 episode 1. And there will also be the couple of weeks in between the seasons, but that's just kind of for me and to break things up a little bit so I can have a break so that we can get some more stories going, to be honest with you, because yes, we are filming them only once a week, but we don't have that many stories to tell. It's surprising how little we have, how uninteresting our lives are, that we do just need a little bit of time to get our stuff together and get some new stories to tell you all. But that is what is happening with the mini-pod, 10 episodes. But you will be getting the Christmas special on the 26th, I believe. Let me just check my calendar. I should have checked before. Yes, Saturday the 26th of December, you will be getting the Christmas special. We haven't yet filmed that one. I think we're filming that in the middle of December sometime, and we're also starting to film season 2 in the middle of December, and then we're going to have quite a big gap between filming them because we have exams and we have the Christmas holidays, and so I do just want to kind of give everyone their time off. Come on, it's Christmas, it's been a really weird year, spend time with your 2 other households. In Scotland, that's what we're being allowed, 2 other households. And just kind of relax, and then obviously we have prelims, so we're not going to be relaxing for that long, because we're going to have to be revising and doing all that. But that just kind of leads me on to my next topic, that if you do watch any of my other content, like my Sims content, then you will notice extremely long absence on my channel in January. And that is purely because I am taking a break in January. I have also been saying this in a lot of my videos that I'm going to be taking a break. And so that is because obviously we have exams, and I also did take a break in January last year, and I had also scheduled that in to my extremely busy schedule. My schedule's really not that busy. I could film whenever I wanted. But I have decided that every year I'm going to take January off from uploading. That doesn't mean that I won't be filming in January, but I will definitely not be uploading very much in January. But because I have the podcast, I will be uploading the podcast every couple of weeks. From I think about the middle of January it will be going up weekly, and then I also have like a couple of other videos that I need to upload in January, but you will notice an absence from me then. So that is another thing that is going to be happening. That is something that is going to be happening every year. So if you are interested in my content, then you will notice that as well. I am hoping to get new guests on though, like some new people to come on. I don't know who yet, but I am going to be like asking some of my friends if they want to come on, and just kind of see, well, more of my friends to see if they want to come on. Just kind of get some new people in here, just to get some new voices, some new everything, to be honest with you. And then I might do some on my own. I'll do stuff with just one other person, which I've been doing for the past couple of weeks. And then we might have like bigger ones with a group of us who are just all hanging out and kind of having fun. So those are my plans. I was also planning for when it was safe anyway to start filming these podcasts IRL, so get everyone together and film them in real life, in person, when we're all together, because I feel like it's just better that way to film them all with us. But I don't really know how to like get my mics to work for that, or how to get mics to work with that, and how to do that all properly. So I'll have to kind of test the waters and see when it all is safe. I'm obviously not going to break any rules, and obviously because I'm not making money from this in the slightest, it's not like a business, so I can't say that it's for business, because it isn't. So it's just for fun. So when it's safe and when we're allowed to, when we can, I will try and get some in real life filming. There might also just be some times where we do have digital filming like we have been doing all of this season. But I feel like the technical issues that we've been having have been so bad that, well, the technical issues that I have been having, I don't know how I keep having these issues, but I do need to fix them sometime, just to kind of see why we have the problems and all that. But I am hoping that if we do it in real life, in-person filming, then we won't have weird audio sync-ups and echoing, etc. Because it isn't the best. It's not very great to have that. It makes it really bad quality, and I don't want the podcast to be bad quality. I like it to be really nice and really smooth and crisp. And so I hope that my new mic will be better with that. It will be a lot smoother and a lot nicer, and it won't pick up as much background noise. I am getting a new mic for my Christmas. I have got it and it is here, but I can't use it till Christmas. So I did test it on one video. I don't remember which one it was, but I did test it on one video. I think it was actually my most popular video, to be honest with you. But I am not going to be using that until Christmas. So you will just have to bear with the bad quality videos until then. Not bad quality, just not quite as crisp audio from me. But I did just want to kind of get into a story now. And so I didn't tell my friends. We're going like way back to the start of my channel. I didn't tell my friends that I had a channel for over a year. I think it was April of 2020, so this year, that I told my friends about my channel. And I started my channel in January 2019. So that kind of goes to show how nervous I was to tell them, because I wasn't sure how they were going to react. I didn't think that they were going to react in a good way. I didn't think it was going to be very successful. But I did it anyway. I bit the bullet. I got confident one night and I was just like, hey guys, I have a YouTube channel. Here is the link if you do want to go and watch any of my content. And if you do want to subscribe, I would really appreciate it. But if you don't want to, then that's fine. And all of them were so supportive, and they were like, that's so cool. Thanks for letting us know. I've subscribed. And gave me some suggestions of things to do. So I was really, really thankful that I did do that, because it really gave me some confidence. It really helped me out, and it allowed me to do more of the content that I wanted to do for so long, including this podcast. If I had not told my friends about my channel, this podcast for certain would not exist. I wanted to do this podcast, I didn't have a name, so I'm just going to call it The Podcast. I wanted to do a podcast for over a year now. I've wanted to do it since probably about July 2019. And that was when I was in hospital getting my appendix removed. I had appendicitis and my appendix was about to rupture, so I needed to get it removed immediately. And it was at that point that I kind of started to think, what if I did a podcast on my channel? I hadn't really uploaded that much content at the time, and I thought it would just kind of pass over and be a really dumb idea that I would just get over. But I didn't. It kind of stuck around for a really long time, and it just never really went away. It was always in the back of my mind, like, start a podcast. How would I start a podcast? Would it just be me? Would it be other people? What kind of style? What would I call it? What would the art be? Because obviously I don't do face cam, so I would need to create some art, which I have done, which is what you're looking at right now. And how professional is it gonna be? And so I started to think about it, and this was probably about December, January. No, well, it wouldn't have been January time, because I just completely lost interest in YouTube altogether at that point. So it was probably December, and then I got ill. I don't know what I had, but it was horrible. Honest to God, it was just horrible. I felt ill. I was like a really, really, really bad flu. I think, but because of the COVID symptoms, I thought that it could have been that, but it hadn't reached the UK in December of 2019. It only started emerging in China in December 2019, so I was like, no, get over yourself, it wasn't the coronavirus. You didn't have that. But then my mum got very similar illness, which was weird. So it was maybe I just gave it to her, and so I honestly could not tell you what it was that we had, but it was really bad. And then after I got better, I completely lost interest in YouTube, and they weren't linked whatsoever. I don't think. It was just that, well, they probably were linked, but it wasn't like my brain then decided YouTube no. It was me kind of thinking, do I really want to do this? It was a kind of busy time in my life. I was doing some other commitments for drama in school, and so I didn't really have the time to be creating videos. So I just kind of, when I got better, I stopped. And then I obviously was taking January off anyway. But then I wasn't really sure if I wanted to come back in February. And it wasn't until Tiny Living came back, or came out, The Sims 4 Tiny Living stuff pack. It wasn't until then that I was like, yes, I want to come back to YouTube, and I want to do the best YouTube experience that I can. I want to create content, I want to get stuff going, I want to get new series out there, I want to just completely rebrand. And so I got on a call with some of my friends, and I think this was March time, so I had kind of started petering back. Petering back, is that a thing? I'd like started to come back with a new series, which was my Rags to Riches series, and there were some other series as well. I can't check it right now because my phone is elsewhere. I can kind of look it up on my computer, so I'll do that. But then the idea of the podcast came back, and so I decided in April, early April, so it was the start of lockdown, to tell my friends. So I did that, and they were all really supportive, like I've said. I didn't tell them about the podcast at the time because I didn't want to overload them with stuff and be like, yes, come on, let's do this. But I did tell them about the channel, and then we did a bit of a rebrand, which is obviously all the things that you're seeing now. So my little icon you see now is from the rebrand. I think my friend Billy made that. He also made my channel art, and then I added the little mini pod one. If you're viewing it on a desktop, you can see it, but if you're viewing it on like an iPhone or a phone or anything, you can't see it. But there is like the mini pod. I created that and then added it in to my channel art, which is the big thing at the top. And then I also created some social media. So I created my Instagram, my Twitter, and now my TikTok. And I also had a Discord server from December, but I didn't really have anybody in that, so they all joined that. So we did a little bit of a rebrand, which was really good. I think that it helped to get me back on my feet, and it really just reared me on to go again. And it's going to take me ages to be able to scroll back to when I relaunched the channel, because, oh wait, there we go. So if this was, God, 9 months ago, almost 10 months ago. That's mad. But I started with the Rags to Riches series. I also started touring our realm, or both of our realms, really. And I was just doing stuff that I wanted to do. I was having fun with my channel, and I was just really enjoying life. And then Eco Lifestyle came out, so I started my Eco Lifestyle series, and then I restarted the Let's Decorate series, which is coming to an end soon. I think it's on like the 8th of December that's finishing, because it's June to December. I do it. I don't know why, it's just the thing that I do as well, just in my head. That's what I do. And so that started, and I was really enjoying that again. And then my Rags to Riches series finished, and then I started my hospital renovation series, and that's still going today. It'll be finished by the end of the month. Yeah, but I was just really enjoying creating content again, and I was so happy with where my channel was going. The Sims Sparked came out at this time as well, which was really, really cool. And so everything was going very, very well. And then it's been a couple of months now. It's been going strong. We've been getting some views, and then in the last couple of weeks, I think it was 2.5 weeks ago now, I did a November 2020 project save file update, which is the name of my save file in Sims 4. That is a save file that I'm working on. It's like all the worlds in the game that I am renovating, and I am making it my own. And so I'm basically rebuilding all the lots and creating new Sims and everything. And over the past couple of weeks, over the past 2.5 weeks, it's raked up 206 views. It might have more by the time that you're watching this. It probably will have. But that blew up. I'm going to call it blowing up, because if you look around, the video after it got 4 views and the video before it got 2 views. So 206 views is mental. And that just gave me the confidence to put my channel on my Snapchat story and just let everyone know. So I went from telling one friend and my cousin So my cousin knew in like June, and Patrick, who's been on podcast quite a few times, knew in August of 2019. And then I told all the rest of my friends in April 2020. And then now we're in November, or I am in November when I'm filming this. But on the 28th or 27th of November, I just got the confidence to put my channel on my Instagram, not my Instagram, my Snapchat, my personal Snapchat with all my friends and everyone in my school. Well, not everyone in my school, but like a lot of people in my year, and I just put it up there. Didn't give any explanation at all, and just put it up there. And no one cared. No one. Not one person. The only person, well, no. The only person that said anything was Billy, and then another girl who said that she'd subscribed. So if you're listening to this, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you for subscribing. And then my friend Patrick also put it up on his story and was like, hey, go subscribe to my friend. He works hard and you should subscribe. So I got a couple of subscribers from that as well. But I don't know why. The moral of the story, like the whole reason I'm telling you this is because I don't know why I was so scared to tell people, because they don't really care. If you have a channel and you are scared to tell people, this isn't going to be the same for everyone. Some people, like Tommy in it, he got like, I think he said he got bullied relentlessly for it. But I could be wrong. I could have just made that up in my head. But I'm pretty sure he had a harder time than me. But I told basically all of my year about my channel, and not one of them cared. Except one that already knew, and one that said something nice. So, yeah, don't be scared. Be confident in yourself. If you want to do something, if you want to share your channel with your people in your school, just do it. Whatever happens, happens. You will know your real friends if they A, support you in your channel, and B, don't bully the hell out of you for it. And as well as C, standing up for you if anybody does take the piggy a little bit. But I really just don't know why I was so scared to do it. Because this wasn't so bad. It was absolutely fine. And it just goes to show that both times that I was scared to do something, no one took it badly, and I didn't get a negative reaction out of it. So it's not come to Monday yet, so God knows the whole thing that I'll have tomorrow, because I filmed these the Sunday before, so God knows what'll happen tomorrow. But for the meantime, I'm all good. I'm still here. I'm still happy. And no one's really cared, no one said a word. Not one person. Except Billy and the other girl that said she subscribed, so thank you. But 99.9% of people didn't even care. They didn't message me, they didn't say anything. But obviously we're not come to Monday yet, so maybe they're just waiting to bully me in person. I really don't know. But they maybe just didn't even notice, because it was quite small at the top of my screen, and they probably just didn't understand what it was. So I might just put it up again next Friday and be like, this is mine, by the way. But I don't know. I'll see how confident I am again next Friday. But yeah, that was kind of a really underwhelming experience, because I was like, oh my god, I'm not going to even check Snapchat for an hour, because people are going to be like, haha, very funny, this is great, I'm going to bully you now. But then I checked Snapchat within half an hour, got no messages, had about 30-ish views on it, and then one popped up from Billy. And he was like, oh, you've gone public? And I was just like, yeah. I told Patrick. Patrick was the only one that I told that I was going to do it. And then Patrick put it on his story as well. So if you come from him, then hello, how are you? please stay. I would like it if you did. But that is the most underwhelming experience of my life. That's not true, but this is, YouTube wise, it's very underwhelming, and I really just don't know what I was scared of, to be honest with you. But it goes to show that you don't need to be scared of things. Sometimes you just are worried completely irrationally, like I was. But yeah, honest to God, it was fine. It was all good. And so if you want to do anything, then just, you have your friends that have, you've got friends that have your back. Just do it, because you won't regret it, I bet. But telling people led to the relaunch of my channel in a way. It led to this podcast becoming a thing. It led to me becoming a very much happier person, to be honest with you. Because I was a little bit like down in the dumps in December and January time, and even in the beginning of February I was like, nah, this ain't it, I'm not having it. But then I just started to have fun and do the things that I want to do and not really care about views all that much. I mean, obviously it's nice if a video gets views, but I'm not really caring that much. I'm doing this for me. I'm not doing it for anyone else. I am solely doing this for me. And so that kind of sounds a bit selfish, but it's not. I'm not trying to be selfish or sound selfish, but I am just doing this for my own enjoyment and my own fun. And if people like it, then so be it. That's fine. You like my content. If you do, thank you. Thank you to the 67 people that like my content. I really appreciate you. Thanks for subscribing. If you're not subscribed, by the way, please go and subscribe. It really does help me. Because in that video with 206 views, I did just check the analytics, and 98.9% of people, I think was the exact one at the time, were not subscribed. So please go down into the description and check out my, not description, please go down and give me a subscribe. It honestly helps me out so much. It lets me know that you do like my content, you do want to see more, and that you enjoy it. Please also remember that please also remember to put your notifications on, because I upload every day. I will be uploading every day for the next month. So yeah, this is a good time to subscribe, because you're going to be getting daily content, or more or less daily content from me for the next long time anyway. For a very, very long time you will be getting a good amount of content from me, and then you will get none. But no, that's a lie. You will get some content from me in January, which is basically just going to be the podcast, and then another video on the hospital renovation series, just kind of touring it and getting all done. But I have found it. The watch time since uploaded, so the lifetime of the video, The Sims 4 Project Save File November 2020 update. Not subscribed, 97.8% people. Subscribed, 2.2. So please go and subscribe to me if you haven't already. It really, really, really helps me out. It will basically at some point get me monetized, and that kind of sounds like I'm only doing this for the money. I'm not doing this for the money, but obviously that's a bonus. And doing this, something that I love, and finally getting something back from that, really, really helps. Even if you just leave a comment, leave a like, share it with a friend and let me know. Join my Discord server, please, just anything. It just lets me know that you enjoy it, and it makes me get that you guys do like my stuff and that you are liking it. If you're not, then don't say you hate it. Just leave me some constructive criticism. What can I do better? How can I change things? Give me some suggestions of things that you would want to see. Just anything. On any of my videos, just do something to just let me know that you actually do like my videos and that you do like the stuff that I'm creating, because it does just really give me that boost and makes me want to go on and continue doing this, because it is just something that I really, really love to do. Obviously it is, because if it wasn't, then I just wouldn't be doing it. But honest to God, if I could do that. If I could do this for a job, full time, then I would. Because I love it so much. It's so fun. I enjoy it. It's something that I've dreamt of doing for ages and ages and ages. Yes, I've spoken about wanting to become a teacher. Yes, I've wanted to become a teacher for years and years and years. But if I could do this for a living, this would be the dream. The absolute dream. I can do whatever I like, whenever I like. Don't have hours, don't have a boss. It would be really fun. So that's all the pluses. But no. This is something that I honestly really like doing. It's something that I really want to do. I want to keep doing this. Obviously, as I have exams and things, you will be seeing less and less content from me. But I will be continuing to upload. I won't go away forever. If I do stop uploading from this channel, just know that it was the hardest decision that I will ever have made. Because I started this in January 2019 just because I kind of wanted to. I thought a lot of people are doing this. Why not? I'll give it a bash. And I did it just to kind of have a bit of fun. But now it's turned into a passion project. I want to be able to continue to upload content for you all because I love it so much, and I love everyone. I love The Sims. I love the community around the game. The community in The Sims is honestly second to none. The Sims community is so close and so nice and so friendly and so caring. Honestly, it's so nice. And obviously, I don't just do Sims content, I do Minecraft content as well. I'm not really into the Minecraft community that much. It's way too big. The Sims is a lot smaller of a game, so the communities can be a lot closer and nicer to one another. But even with other smaller games, I don't think that there's a community nicer than the Sims community. And I honestly think that this is such a good game. It does obviously have its flaws. Obviously, it's not a perfect game at all in the slightest. But I think that if all the bugs were patched, if everything actually worked, this game could be a really, really great game. It already is a really, really great game. I wouldn't still be playing this game if I didn't think it was great. I have poured over 9,500 hours into this game. I love it so much. Some would call it an obsession. I would call it making YouTube content for 4,000 hours of those. But 3,000 hours, I mean, I've had the game since basically the weekend it launched in the UK. So that kind of just shows how much I love the game. But I honestly do love creating content. It would be a dream if I could do it all the time for you, full time, because then I could put my heart and soul into it. I do want to get some good grades though, so yeah, school comes first, always said that, but YouTube would be the dream. But that is kind of all I have for you today in a way. I don't really have anything else that I have to talk about. If you do want to go back and watch all of the previous episodes of the podcast, then please do. They're not going to go anywhere. They're not going away. They are on my channel. They're in a playlist, or you could just search up the mini pod on YouTube, and I think it'll come up anyway. If not, maybe search up hashtag the mini pod with no spaces, no capitals, hashtag the mini pod, and it might come up there. But I don't know. We'll just have to kind of figure it out, because obviously as a small channel it doesn't really come up that much. You have to kind of do some weird filtering for finding my channel sometimes if you're not subscribed, but that just makes it even better to subscribe to me, because then you'll be able to find me and not have to go into like filter channel and then you'll find me. Because sometimes if you don't do that, it doesn't work. I've tried it when I've been signed out. it's hell sometimes. But that's kind of all I have to say, so thank you all very much for watching the mini pod. Please, like I said, go back and watch the old ones if you really want to. I would really appreciate it if you did. Please go down into the description and check out all of my links. I have a Twitter, I have an Instagram, I have a TikTok, so give me a follow on all of them. The @ and the links are down in the description. I also have a Discord server, so please go and join that. I really, really would appreciate it. If you do have any topics that you'd like me to discuss, leave them in the comments, or I do have an anonymous Google form for you to fill out. I think it's in the description, but it's also in the Discord server as well under the Minipod channel. So please go and give us some topics to talk about. I really, really would appreciate it. I think I still have Tell Us Your Stories. So what that means is it's another anonymous Google form. So with these, I don't know who you are. I don't know who sent them. They're just completely anonymous unless you say your name. But I won't know otherwise if who you are. And so the Tell Your Stories form is just telling us any similar stories that you've had. If you've had any experiences that have been really underwhelming, like telling your friends about a YouTube channel that you've had and they don't care, or they're really nice to you when you think they won't be, etc. Things like that, or telling your school, or your school finding out. Any stories that you have, please leave them in the form there and I will give them a read. And sometimes I might laugh, sometimes I might be like, oh my god, that's so sad. Yeah, there will be mixed emotions from me. I won't read them out on here. I will just read them to myself and keep them to myself. Unless you want me to share them with any of my friends, just let me know down there as well. But apart from that, I don't really have anything else to say. So thank you all again very much for watching the Minipod Season 1. Please go and check out any of my other content if you would like. I would really appreciate that. Thank you for listening to this. Thank you for listening to them all. If you have listened to them all, thank you for listening to some. If you have listened to some, and if this is your first one, then it's kind of a bad place to start, but you have 9 other episodes to go and check out, so thank you for that. I will see you on December the 26th if you do want to listen to the podcast for the Christmas special, and then again in January for the start of Season 2. But thanks again from everyone that's been on the podcast. We really appreciate you listening. We, thank you for supporting us and listening to us. And we will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.